One thing before you start, though. One thing I'd kind of like to see.
Yeah.
Open the options. Go to language.
Forgot you can't just hold it. Oops. Developer.
Developer.
Developers, 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 developers.
Hit A. It will ask to restart, but that's okay.
Okay.
And you might want to start with the museum again.
Alright.
We added a ton of dev commentary to the... I'll be Bundy, you be Dahoon.
Sounds good.
We added a ton of dev commentary to the museum. Want to check it out? What were those friggin' intonations?
Went somewhere there. I'll say sure.
We always try to double verify for things that load a level. Are you sure?
Nice.
Alright, hope you enjoy the commentary.
Hello and welcome to the museum in dev commentary mode. FYI, you can press cancel to exit dialogue if things get too long. We originally went with the museum concept for our Kickstarter as a means of explaining what the game was. But we ended up liking it quite a bit and decided to add it as the tutorial for the full game. It also doubled as a way to add some lore into the game, so win-win. Fun fact, both this NPC and the first museum worker's name start with the letter A. In fact, all of the museum NPCs' names used to be in alphabetical order, but this changed as the layout was rearranged.
I had no idea about the naming thing, but my mind was blown when Dahoon told me about it after release. It's probably my fault the naming order got messed up, since I suggested we change the layout of the map multiple times.
Nice. I love stuff like this. The player code is actually a bit complex, and we never created a proper way to give it a scripted list of commands. So anytime you see a wizard performing an action like this guy, it was a custom creation just for that purpose. This also means that we actually recorded ourselves doing all the things manually in our promo materials, lol.
Recording each scene for a trailer took a ton of attempts, but it felt great when we got the choreography down perfectly.
Neat. I like that. The first arcana you get in the game is the dash, as dodging is pretty much the most important skill. The wizard on the left is there to show you what you can do with it. Anyway, here's the dash arcana.
We wanted to make sure the player had enough time in the museum to get used to each arcana before giving them the next one. The original Kickstarter demo just bombarded the player with a full set of arcana.
Yeah, I like the way they handled it.
We found that a lot of players would get overwhelmed or ignore certain arcana, so here you are stuck with just Airburst.
And a long corridor where you're encouraged to just breeze past it.
This NPC was modeled after my friend Gene and his daughter. He had a crazy mohawk for a while, and we'd often talk about game development during our downtime at a past job.
That's cute. I think this is the only place in the game we use this sign sprite. Excellent. The water element was intended to be more neutral and offer strong offense and defense. Fire's my favorite element. Hey! My man. It was meant to deal heavy damage with no regard for defense or CC. Air is Bundy's favorite element. It was designed to have quick hits with lots of displacement effects.
My favorite as well.
The Earth element was all about heavy, slow, rhythmic attacks and offered spells with great defense. The Lightning element was designed to have super quick hits that did small damage per hit for a stun effect.
My second favorite.
When we first started theming the game, we debated between the wizards using magical cards, keys, or crystals. We ended up going with cards as we felt they gave us the most freedom to work with. And quite frankly, my my voice coming in here, that kinda was part of what scared me about this game, because usually games with cards involved, I like to shy away from. I don't know, I used to really loathe games that involved cards in any way, shape, or form, but I'm starting to warm up to them.
Like Slay the Spire?
Yeah, exactly. And I think One Step from Eden helped me a lot with that, recognizing that, okay, you can have these little, these little info card things, but they can be fun. They can be action-oriented. Alright, freedom to work with. Here you go.
I really liked the lock and key theme for Magic. We had a cool animation where a key would unlock each enemy out of a locked magical doorway. We just couldn't figure out a way to easily distinguish 100 plus keys and cards. We just couldn't figure out a way to easily distinguish 100 plus keys.
Comma.
And cards just made a lot of sense to represent spells.
Yeah. After the initial prototyping phase, we quickly settled on having 5 elements. We're both fans of ninjas as well as element-bending martial arts.
Our goal was to create a type of wizard that blended magic and martial arts to accommodate for the fast-paced action. It's part of why the player's design has short sleeves and a more sporty look instead of a heavy cloak and staff.
Water. I think we originally wanted just a few spells for each element, but over time it just got out of hand.
There were days when we just sat there and watched a bunch of Let's Play videos and anime clips for Arcana inspiration. I'm pretty sure people walking by thought we were a bunch of slackers not doing work. Oh, I just noticed something about the intro room. Can you go south, please?
Sure.
Can you put all of the elements on screen at once, please?
Sure.
Yeah! Look at the order.
Ah, the circle of weaknesses.
Yeah.
Nice. Earth, weak to electricity, weak to water.
Wrong way around.
Right, yeah. Water, strong against electricity.
Nope.
Water, weak to electricity, weak to ground, weak to air, weak to fire, weak to water.
I think that's a clip.
Yes, it is! I'm good at Word. And smart. Creating spells was the most fun part of making Wizard of Legend. After a bit of testing, we found that a 6-spell layout worked the best overall for the pace of the game.
Did I miss any Bundy lines?
Nope. I'm making sure I'm saving them. Dragon Arc will always be one of my favorites. Wind Slash, more like Sword Slash. Our very first prototype of the game initially featured a character that had a sword and dashed around. When we switched to a purely magical theme, this became the Wind Slash Arcana. Dragon Arc was a fun spell to create and came from an attempt to put 3D spiraling dragons from another popular game onto a 2D plane.
I literally have no idea for how the math works. I literally have no idea how the math works for all the arcing and orbiting stuff. If there is fancy movement for a spell, it's likely that Dahun designed it, or I asked him to do the math for me.
Fair enough.
Maybe I should have been Dahun.
It's okay. Dahun has a lot more lines. I don't mind reading them. Give your voice a rest. The player is the biggest sprite sheet we have, and we didn't want to draw a separate plainclothes player for the museum. So we took the easy way out and made them a cosplayer and threw some other wizards into the museum to make it look normal.
We originally had some dialogue plans that would say that you get free entry to the museum if you're in costume.
How cute.
The idea was that you'd receive the museum ticket for showing up as a wizard, but it was a bit too convoluted.
Fair enough. Dragon Arc was the first dragon-themed spell we added, and also the first type of arcing projectile spell. This arc behavior became the basis for a few other spells as well, such as Tracer Barrage. Also, we thought it'd be unfair if we only added a dragon spell to the fire element, so we decided to do one for each, eventually.
These are portraits drawn for Kickstarter backers that donated a certain amount. Turns out they were all friends and family supporting us.
Also, I'm changing changing the title back. Here we go.
Oh. Wizened of Ledgered. Hello? Okay. This is my brother! Yay! This is our friend Jason. These are my friends Jacob, Melissa, and their very good boy, Indy.
Indy! Oh, what? I think I might have seen like 2 seconds of dev commentary tutorial from when you were playing, because I recognize Indy by
Possibly.
name. But that's literally all I recognize. Running a Kickstarter campaign was one of the craziest things I've done. Very stressful and lots of crunch time was involved. A lot of the world lore was created when we were working on the campaign, as we didn't really worry about the story elements until then. Even the decision to create the museum demo was pretty last minute as well, and we started a week before the campaign launched. I think we're both pretty amazed that it came out as well as it did, given how quickly we put it together.
I thought Dahoon was insane that we suggested to that. I thought Dahoon was insane when he suggested we try to get a demo out in time for the Kickstarter campaign. We somehow got it done within about a week, and thankfully a lot of people enjoyed it.
Of the 4 classes of Arcana, signatures were the first created and probably the ones we had the most fun with. We were originally going to have Wind Slash and Air Burst as innate abilities that weren't Arcana and not swappable. It was quite a while before we created different basics and dashes and made them their own classes. A very good decision in my opinion. The first signature, Control NATO. The second signature, Flamethrower Breath. The third signature, 8-Ball Lightning. During the first year, the last hour of the day was dedicated to what-if experiments, and SIGs came as a result of one of these. Bundy had just created the Whirling Tornado spell, and I wanted to mess around with it. Thus, Control NATO was created and became the first of a new class of Arcana.
Originally, I wanted the tutorial to be a training exercise or a boot camp of aspiring wizards instead of a museum. For aspiring wizards instead of the museum. The idea was that once you cleared the tutorial, you'd be certified to participate in the Chaos Trials without the chance of hurting yourself. I think as time went on, we found it easier to just revamp the museum theme from the Kickstarter demo. The time travel idea followed naturally as a result, and things just fell into place afterwards.
Isn't it nice when that happens? With some spells, signature designs came easily, but with others, they took days and many iterations.
Aside from the signature bar, early prototypes of the game also had a stamina bar.
Thank you for taking that out.
All actions like dashing and casting spells cost stamina, and you wouldn't be able to do anything until you had enough. We moved to a purely cooldown-based system since we wanted to create an all-out action experience rather than a slow, calculated one.
Yeah, much to my demise.
I was pretty worried that players wouldn't understand how signature charges worked and wanted a section dedicated to it. I felt throwing in the insta-charge blue orb might throw people off, but it seemed like people caught on quickly. I like how the practice areas with caution markers and spectator areas turned out in the museum.
The main problem was that players didn't know when they had a filled signature charge.
Point at the streamer.
We tried everything, making the player glow, adding a full-on Super Saiyan effect, shaking the screen, but none of them worked. It just took time for the player to get used to the game mechanics, I suppose. Yeah. We wanted to keep things simple with the Fireball Sig, as it's the base spell that...
An internet blip.
Oh. We're back now, though.
Maybe. You took a long time to hear me saying anything.
Oh, okay.
I think we're back now. I think that you responded faster to that one.
Cool. We wanted to keep things simple with the Fireball Sig, as it's the base spell that players start with. I do appreciate its simplicity. Zeal was the last boss we created before launch and was based on a speedy rogue archetype. Atlas was the second boss we created, but the first to use the current boss attack system. He's the knight-themed one. Knight with a K. Freya was the first boss and went through over a dozen reworks. She's the mage... Excuse me, that is not what... That's not what the screen says, excuse me. Freya was the first boss and went through over a dozen reworks. She's the mage type of the group.
Single brain cell there.
I always love bosses that are just better versions of the player and felt that they make for very dynamic, high-tension fights. I love that too. Having bosses that follow the same rules that the game restricts the player to just makes the fight feel fair, even if they're completely OP. Yeah, well, phase 1, 0. I tried to do that with the bosses in Wall, and even gave them a 7-spell set with a signature like the players would have. Though not pictured here, Shu was based on an archer archetype, and arguably the most dynamic fight is. Just splice that in there, it's fine. The things we create last often end up being better and more interesting. Zeal is still my favorite, though.
One thing that makes me sad is that the dev commentary predated the Thundering Keep, so the Thunder Twins are just not mentioned whatsoever here.
I was gonna ask about that. The original boss fight system was the more static fight where the bosses were stationary and cast huge stage-wide attacks. Attacks! This system wasn't bad, but given how dynamic the combat in the rest of the game was, it had to change. So we made it the first phase Sura instead. Atlas was the first one to get the new system, which added his crazy drill charge and leap attacks. It changed how we wanted boss battles to be, and Freya had to go through yet another rework. That entire section was just Dahun, wasn't it?
I think so. But yeah, you'll notice that the Sky Palace guy and the Thunder Twins are not in that section because they weren't part of the game's original release.
Right. Rogues are the natural enemy of mages in MMOs, and their menacing nature came across pretty well. We originally wanted to have a support-type enemy that would buff and heal others, but they weren't very effective or fun to fight against. Yeah, no, they aren't. The class eventually became the Summoner class, and the Orb Summon spells came out pretty well. Yeah, I appreciate every single decision they've made here. Although we're a wizard game, I wanted to create a bunch of classic classes for the enemies. No, that's not how that works.
The enemies in the game started off as a random collection of things like skeleton mages, spiders, and ghouls. At some point, we decided to theme the enemies as part of a conjured shadow army, with each one representing a classic archetype.
Having them being classic archetypes also helped to match enemy attacks to player expectations. Easier to learn and fewer unfair surprises.
What do you think of how well they pulled that off?
Everything except Crush Colossus is perfect. And heard. This room shows off the classic rock, paper, scissors balance of MMO classes. Okay. Knights were the first enemy we had, and we used borrowed sprite work to portray them as we had no art assets at the time.
Dahun designed the vast majority of the enemies in the game. Oh wait, no. Dahun designed the vast majority of enemies in the game. Because it was impossible for us to draw and animate dozens of enemies, he suggested enemy scaling via new skills on each tier. It saved me a million hours of artwork, but it did add a ton of coding overhead.
Yeah, a good choice there, not just from a dev standpoint, but for gameplay too.
Yeah. This section was created as a small teaser for what you can eventually unlock in the game. The text about Chaos Arcana was left vague because we had no idea how they would work. We had no Chaos Arcana designed when we made the museum, and we had to go back in and we had to go back and fill the displays in with proper icons afterwards.
Fantastic. I had forgotten completely about this section. A dual currency system was always what we had in mind as a roguelike. Unlocking things is seriously addicting, as we found when we played Upgrade Complete.
I don't know how the sentence diagram works there.
Upgrade Complete is a flash game by JMTBO2 from approximately 2008. And I cannot believe that it actually is relevant to the stream. Oh my god. Hang on a second.
So that's how the sentence diagram works, okay.
Yes. Okay, excuse me. Achievement unlocked was Upgrade and Complete. Well, that was JMTBO2's version of Upgrade Complete, basically. It was inspired by it. So it's not the same game, but oh my goodness. Yeah, nearly everything in the game can be upgraded, including menu buttons, game graphics, and loads more. You even have to buy your own mute button. That's the kind of gaming I really enjoyed back in the browser days. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm probably going to end up coming around to after Nitromathon is over. I would appreciate some quotation marks here, though. That'd make it a lot more clear.
Or italics.
Yeah.
This was a subtle introduction to the currency the player would deal with in the game. We called the NPC on the right the Bro NPC, and he was also in our Kickstarter demo version of the museum.
That's perfect.
I want to play the Kickstarter demo version.
The left icon has always been for Chaotic Buster, which wasn't even in the release version of the game. Huh. I haven't found that one yet.
Our maps are actually only designed to load one tile set at a time, so I had to fake the different environments in this course. The ice, fire, and earth areas are mostly images laid on top of the underlying plain museum tiles.
Cute. This training course was super hacked together, and I'm not entirely sure how it even works. The first room is the platform section to teach the player how to dash. We also threw in a treasure chest to introduce relics. The locked room is a light intro to the combat system and lets the player know there were more spells to be found. The second room is designed to show players they could knock enemies off of ledges for quick wins. The last room is a fun and simple mini-boss fight, and also the only place that the Super Blob makes an appearance. Again, I forgot all about.
Replace Crush Colossus with Super Blob.
Please. Yep, there's that dash I hate so much.
I think you'll really like the other one.
The other wind one? That isn't this one?
No, the one you just unlocked.
Oh, this one?
The Chaos one.
Yes, I already like it very much.
Because it's not this.
Alright, get out here, Super Blob. Dang, I got Super Blobbed.
Did I already tell you that I have found out you cannot die in this section?
Oh, you know what? I think you went back and found that out, yeah. At one point.
Yeah, when you were playing this part.
Yeah. Delicious. Delicious. Delicious.
Talk to these people while you're healing.
Delicious. Oh. Naturally, the refreshment table with health orbs features cookies and milk.
The giant blob was the first mini-boss we designed and was part of the Chaos Trials for a while. Put him back, put him back, put him back.
Yes.
We eventually moved it into the tutorial and removed it from the Chaos Trials since its design was so simple. Put it back, put it back, put it back.
Put it back, 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 put it back. This MP is my friend, Dr. Song. She's always asking for sushi. She was also in the Kickstarter demo. Huh. Cool. The section after this one was the furniture NPC's intro, and we realized we didn't intro the enchanted cloaks. So we had a few NPCs comment on it, so it didn't seem too abrupt.
The player ended up having over 250 frames of animation.
Dang.
Unfortunately, this meant that we wouldn't be able to do any alternative skins without redrawing a huge amount of sprites. Maybe we'll figure out how to do an alternate skin with much fewer animations in the future.
Yeah, maybe in Wall 2?
No, Wall 2 is going to be completely 3D.
Oh. Actually, I don't mind that,
This-
because that would keep this game unique.
This, by the way, this line right here was why I did not advise you to do the
Dev commentary
dev
first.
commentary before you finished the win.
Fair enough.
This was the first hint that the legendary hero would turn out to be you.
Another friend and spell designer, Claire, was in the original Kickstarter demo. We often talked about how the game was taking forever to get done, so I left a comment here about it. Excellent.
I should pop open the tutorial and
Follow along.
whenever you... Yeah, but without dev commentary on. Before Relics, we had a permanent passive unlock system where you were able to pay to upgrade your damage, speed, stamina, etc. This system was eventually scrapped in favor of the current Relic system. Also, I'm pretty sure Dahoon asked if I could spruce up the wall here, and I never got the chance to do it before release.
Both Mimi's and Ward's scenes were a bit bland, and I wanted more elements from the player room, but getting ready for release was crazy. Yeah, I didn't catch
Just
this.
say Nix if it's me, because I'm not looking at the moment.
Alright. There are actually quite a few cloak color variations that we haven't used that some of the NPCs sport. That was an awkward sentence. Next.
At one point, I wanted to have customizable emblems that would go on the capes. As the cape animations for the player got more and more intense, I couldn't figure out an easy way to overlay a symbol at different angles. I used this idea on Sura and manually drew in the 5-element circle on his cape. It was a huge pain drawing the emblem at the different angles for Sura, so it was probably a good thing I abandoned the idea.
Fair enough, yeah. Next.
Outfits originally represented characters you could choose and had no effects other than locking you into a starting set of Arcana.
Ew.
It was cool to have named characters, but we decided to open up the Arcana selection up to allow for more variety on starting builds. Sorry, I'm in the actual combat interactive trial part of the tutorial right now. Can you please hold a second?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm at Super Blop now.
Super Blum, Super Blum.
Ah, no flawless.
No.
Also, the museum doesn't respect your, how you have the Arcana laid out in your starting layout. Like, I actually have signature and, I have signature and, starting standard swapped, but,
Oh.
yeah.
Interesting.
Alright, I've caught up with you, so if you want to know what any character originally says... but anyway, we then eventually added special properties to each outfit as a separate customization option.
The cloak names in the developer commentary are the names we used to use for the characters back then. Oh, yeah, okay. Sir Firehead.
A wizarding standard.
Lovely. Oh god. Oh no.
Yes, all of the descriptions are replaced by commentary
Oh
too.
no. Okay. Next.
All Arcana were just skills before we added the magical theme to the game. We had a lot of skills involving swords, bombs, and arrows that had to be retrofitted into an element once we locked in the magic theme.
We added a bit of lore here for why players couldn't just run in with all 7 spell slots loaded. But of course the main reason was because it was necessary to have a sense of in-run progression.
I do like the original text here, which I'm going to read again at the moment. Wizards entering the Chaos Trials often had grimoires full of Arcana in their possession. However, as only one Arcana of each class could be used in the trials, they were required to fashion a limited hand that suited their strengths.
Yeah, Fair. I haven't actually done the math for it, but there are probably a ridiculous number of starting combinations. Next.
We took a lot of inspiration from fighting games, and each Arcana has a huge amount of parameters we can adjust to get it feeling right. We can adjust things like startup time, dash cancel time, time to cancel to another Arcana, and how long until you can start running after cast. Alright, now we're in this room. You can talk to the NPC on the right, but that's it.
Yeah. A small hint here that your museum trip isn't over
your
yet.
Internet can also vanish for a moment.
Oh. A small hint here that your museum trip isn't over yet, and that you'll be back in a jiffy. Also, Armis from the demo is here too. Next.
I thought I put in a lot of effort to keep the continuity between this section and the epilogue. It turns out that I forgot to add a matching door and plant in the after credits scene. I'm sure no one noticed.
I hate that I didn't. But then again, I played this, what, 4 weeks ago for the first time? So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next.
This was one of the few cutscenes we had to make in the game, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Oh wow, that's actually 1 screen of text in commentary and 2 in the regular game.
Oh, wow.
This scene only shows up once, but was included to explain to the player that they've landed in a different timeline. We also wanted to gather all the NPCs together to make sure they were introduced to what purpose each one served. For a while, I imagined this scene would have you waking up in a bed similar to the Chrono Trigger opening. Dahoon noticed that some people had trouble finding the path out of the room, so he asked me to add the rug leading to the portal up top.
Smart.
The player's home went through a few changes, and at one point there was a dorm-like version with 2 beds that emphasized co-op. At some point we also decided to give new players a bit of Chaos Gems to go on a small shopping spree in Lenova Plaza. The idea was that they'd test some new spells and get used to buying things from the various vendor NPCs.
Yeah, they handled the getting you started thing very well, I think. Like, this game was one of the least frustrating games to get started with, I think. Out of the countless that I've played over the course of my streaming. And I really do appreciate the amount of attention to detail they put in here in that regard. Also, I still have this.
Yeah, you have all your stuff back because you're back in the regular game now.
Right. Oh, next.
Ward was one of the first NPCs designed for home, and we loved how it turned out. We eventually decided to add more anthropomorphized NPCs shortly thereafter.
The handlebar mustache came out amazing, and I was instantly sold on the design. Radiant Soul.
Can you say 0 at the same time as I say it in 3, 2, 1, 0?
0.
That was literally 5 seconds delay.
Oh god. Oh no.
I'm gonna BRB.
Okay. Mr. Moneybags.
Hello?
Hello.
That sounds better.
Good. So I love these so much.
Medic Big Heart. They did retroactively add names to robes that they added after
Deciding to move it off of character system.
initial release.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, now I could just focus on getting gems and stuff, I guess.
True.
And just full unlocking.
I debated whether or not to add Cammy into this tutorial scene, since there is almost no use for the NPC at the beginning of the game. In the end, I felt it would be good to at least explain what purpose the NPC serves so that they have it in mind as they unlock more relics and, off-screen, Arcana.
So they unlock more relics and...
Good job.
Arcana! Oh, you're way behind for me now.
We're huge fans of unlockables, and the relic selection UI was designed to resemble a trophy case made to show off everything. Really? I think your internet's dying again.
Yeah.
That was literally 15 seconds.
Yeah. I'm setting up mobile data.
Okay.
Let's try that.
Okay, I'm gonna BRB then,
Okay.
just to refresh stuff.
Everyone else in chat, stretch, hydrate, let's take a sec. I still kind of want to do one more run. We'll see if we have time.
You should do the run with the commentary on.
Sounds good to me.
It was a huge pain programming the shelves opening and closing in the UI, but it was well worth the effort. Are we gonna read commentary? I think we should read commentary descriptions as we go.
I agree. I don't wanna.
27 times 3. Yeah, I don't really want to read 81 relics right now. The Arcana selection UI went through the most iterations during development. We originally had the player select an element, then an Arcana, then a slot to equip it in. A lot of players had trouble navigating the old menus, and we eventually solved it with a deck of cards view in the beginning. It was a lot of information that we had to convey with different types of Arcana, but I think it turned out pretty well. There was no that in that sentence.
No, that there was not.
The All Arcana option serves as a collection overview, and it kind of represents how the old UI worked.
Huh.
And I really don't feel like... Can you pull the All Arcana bit, please? Can you pull it back up again, please? No, the Elements menu. Yeah, I don't feel like reading 107 Arcana right now either.
Oh, this. Yeah, no.
Yes. Yeah, I was just adding... Oh, you've got all the fire signatures.
Yes. All the air.
All the air signatures. You're missing one earth. One lightning. That's it. You're just missing 2 signatures now.
Wow, so I did beat the game before I got all the signatures. Nice.
And...
Hmm.
Yeah, Chaotic Rift you should equip, I would say.
Yeah. And I just want to read this one. This was originally the unofficial signature version of Burst Dash before we had elemental dashes, and like the base version, dealt no damage. Yeah, this feels very much like one that you would have as an immediate alt to your basics. I didn't talk to this one.
I created Virus' sprite afterward, but we had no idea what the NPC would do for the longest time.
Huh.
At some point I was pushing for adding a replay tutorial option in the title screen menu, but Dahoon didn't want to clutter it.
Good idea.
He suggested we just have Virus take you back down memory lane, and that's how everything was decided.
Brilliant.
We're at the 4-hour mark now, by the way.
Yep. Oh gosh, I won't...
Let's read descriptions when you pick up the relics.
Yeah, and how am I going to know what these things do?
You have me. I have access to my computer now, I just stayed inside.
Alright, fair enough. If we're gonna keep going here, though, reading stuff, Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Hello! This was some extra forced exposition to make sure the player understood that they were being mistaken for a contestant in the Chaos Trials. This also served to inform the player to proceed to the portal when they are ready.
Okay, but if we're gonna keep going with reading stuff in the plaza here, then I do need to be right back. So give me 1 sec. I should return shortly, and I'm keeping the mic open for you if you want. BRB.
Well, in that case, how about I just do a special engagement of the Chaos Trials? Oops, I'm opening Wizard of Legend a second time. Oh, there it is. Alright, now it's time for a special engagement of the Chaos Trials. Alright, so I have the Thunder Twins first in this boss rush, and it's Fleet Lancer as the first mini-boss. Fleet Lancer's down. Got Reliable Backpack. I got Double Trouble. I don't want any of those, and I'll take the upgrade to my basic. Now it is time for the boss. Thunder Twins 1, let's go. Alright, so I'm halfway done already with the Thunder Twins fight. We've got 2, and now they're using their signature. I'll just throw that up there while I'm waiting. And I completely dodged the signature. Good job, me. And that's GG. 122.
I've returned.
Hello.
Oh, you did something and it just ended?
Yep. Oh, so you didn't read my DM?
Oh, no. I have pings turned off while I'm streaming.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, it was potential spoilers is what I was talking about, but it's fine. You
Looks
didn't
like we narrowly
like
circumvented
them.
that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, just start talking to people, I guess?
Yep.
Okay.
Not too long before release, we deleted a huge chunk of our relics because we felt they weren't interesting enough. We then spent a few frantic weeks just coming up with relic ideas to fill the gap. We ended up with a lot of great relics as a result, but it was a crazy decision from a production standpoint.
Good grief.
Andre was originally a green tunic-wearing, clean-faced merchant that was a parody of Link. Over time, he was changed to resemble a humble and dependable-looking mix of a dwarf and Santa Claus. We also gave him a huge backpack with trinkets like everyone's favorite beetle-loving merchant. Fun fact, Andre got his name from the name I used in my Spanish classes during middle school.
Cool. And yeah, this is you can't tell me this isn't just Freddy. Honestly.
I think I agree with you, but I cannot sing now. Boss Rush mode was something we wanted to add in order to provide a more common baseline for players to compare their time and performance. This is why we make sure to remove any cursed relics and gold you have. We figured it would be a fun challenge and a good way to farm gems. Play Boss Rush mode for 10 gems?
Yeah, no thanks. That's kind of what I
do recommend it at some point.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. But yeah, that's what I felt like this was. Of course, I wasn't sure 100%, but yeah, that I had an inkling.
You missed one.
Oh.
We added the home NPCs here to prevent annoying backtracking when players bought something from Lenova Plaza.
Thank you.
Backtracking, which you have still been doing, by the way.
True.
I'm pretty sure we added this NPC to fill the area out. It would have been great to have NPCs walking around town, but we were already struggling to fit in all the Arcana and relics.
And that would have been very annoying.
We wanted a bit more freedom to create game-changing relics and decided to create cursed runs. We also boosted the numbers of some old cursed relics that weren't used as often and put them here. It's a small detail, but I coded the candles above to properly go out when hit and then reignite with fire. Which you can test, yeah, with Cardus. And then you're basic. If you aim it properly.
Okay, I can't actually find out what those do yet, so that's fine.
We had a few NPCs like Jade scattered around the map and eventually brought them closer to the portal. We hate wasting players' time and always try to streamline the experience when possible. It would have been cool to create a bigger and detailed plaza, but it didn't really fit the nature of our game.
We added a few other wizards to the plaza as we didn't want the player to be alone in their wizardry. At one point, we had other AI wizards enter the same stage you were in and hunt you down. We eventually removed it as we wanted the player to explore stages rather than sprint to the exit. Yeah, that's fair. We added a big buff wizard who used Punch as a joke, but we ended up giving him a background. He lets players start on the last stage they were defeated on so that they could learn more about it. Would you like to begin the chilling dungeons for 10 Chaos Gems? No thanks.
Melinda was added because the Insignia of Legends effect was changed to add Chaos Arcana in the shops during the Chaos Trials. We wanted to keep a way to toggle higher difficulty runs and thought it'd be fun to add Malin's siblings. Challenge yourself with higher starting difficulty for 10 gems?
I'm not ready!
We paired these two wizards talking about entering the Chaos Trials together to emphasize that co-op play existed. Would be nice if we could play it. We had a lot of fun internally testing co-op and wanted to make sure people were aware the option was there.
We didn't think Jade would be so popular, but she's pretty much a default purchase for many players. I'm not many. 200 gold for 20 gems is a great idea. It's like starting off with an extra relic or enhanced spell. Not today, don't need your chump change.
We noticed fans making build randomizer tools to keep things fresh, and we decided to make it easier to do in-game. Want to try a random run for 10 gems?
That sounds like fun. I always prefer small outposts in games because all the useful NPCs are usually bunched together in a corner. It's not that I don't enjoy huge sprawling cities set across 5 floors with amazing scenery and NPCs that bring it to life, but after the first tour I'd rather not have to run miles between shops, quest NPCs, etc. Thank you.
Valid.
Yeah.
Seville's name is a reference to Seville Row in London, or... I don't know why I always read Seville, but it's a reference to Savile Row, and I know that's pronounced Savile. In London, which is known for its history of tailoring-related businesses. Some get confused with the Seville Special, but it was designed to allow the use of outfits like Venture without penalties. How about it? Look how you want for 5 gems. Do we have a deal? So, real quick, what Seville is offering here, or what Bundy is offering in Seville's stead, is a robe effect called the Seville Special. Let me find it real quick. Which is plus 5% max health, plus 10% run speed, plus 5% evade, and minus 10% cooldowns. And it costs 5 gems and lasts 1 run.
Interesting. There are a lot of buffs here in the plaza, none of which I really took advantage of.
I always felt kind of bad that we put Ward in this corner, but we wanted all the home NPCs to land on a Destructible when they arrive.
Oh, yeah.
Ward. The Arcana vendor originally used Noxus Sprite and represented the classic shady vendor stereotype. This was eventually changed to an old bearded painter when we added the concept of virtuosos who paint Arcana to life.
That's a beard? Okay.
I guess. At one point, there was even a version with Bob Ross-like hair, but I felt we should have more original and over-the-top NPC designs. Iris with the crazy brush-like hair was one of the first ones to get this rework, and I loved how it turned out.
I actually miss 8 and his... A-E-T? 8?
Possibly.
Oh yeah. I actually miss Ayat and his lame deadpan jokes, but Iris fit the tone of the game much better. Maybe Wizard of Legend 2?
Most NPCs disable when enemies are nearby. Most NPCs disable when enemies are nearby. The training dummies caused issues at one point, so we disabled this behavior in the plaza.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
We put the Relic and Arcana shops front and center to make sure the players would take a look before jumping into the trials, which I think both of us have skipped several times on occasion. We feel buying and experimenting with the new Relics and Arcana is a core part of the game and wanted to intro this ASAP. We entertained a bunch of ideas before we locked in the Chaos Trials concept. Some of the ideas I thought of included the WAT, Wizard Aptitude Test, and the UWC, Ultimate Wizard Championship.
I like those.
You didn't talk to the guard that guards the left entrance to the center area, by the way. Not this one, but up.
Oh, this guy.
This one. Yeah.
I did.
We had a few. Oh, okay, fine. I don't remember. I didn't remember seeing this guy be talked to, but I do remember this text. Weird.
Okay. Fair enough.
I guess you're ready to go in then.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Do you want to ask me about any relic effects? Maybe the cursed relics.
Probably not right now. Let's save that for next time. Because I just want to do a victory lap now, pretty much.
Okay. Reshaping castle, carving layout, clearing darkness, selecting favorites, stylizing interior, and I couldn't read the rest of those.
All right. Wait, what did I start with? I started with the Token of Doom, huh? All right.
I think you did, yeah.
Yep.
We can read the ones you're carrying now, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Alright. This basic was probably the closest in concept to the original Wind Slash. I didn't want to deviate too much, and the first basics were a lot less experimental. Alright, we already read that one. I love the DMC series, and this one is straight from Virgil. The fluid, stylish gameplay and over-the-top action scenes are just too good. Here's yours.
One of my top 5. I was thinking of adding stone saws as hazards in the Earth stage and landed on this idea. It took a bit of tinkering to get the saw to slow down when it hit an object. I love using this and Dice of the Nemesis.
The token system was a last-minute addition that was created to give the player more control on a random stage. This one is clearly the best though. It's probably the same dialogue for each one. If I was...
Nope, it's not actually.
Oh, wow, okay. If I was in charge, I would make that the same for every...
Why?
Not just because it's still... It's funny.
I think it was very clever of them to use the translation system to add dev commentary.
I agree.
By replacing descriptions and stuff. The ice stage was the first elemental tile set we worked on. It went through at least 3 iterations. It was originally themed as an abandoned prison with skeletons and jail cells, but we eventually decided to remove it. It made a lot more sense when we had undead enemies, but it didn't feel right when we changed the enemy designs.
The track in this stage is still my favorite, though the final battle and credits tracks come pretty close.
Alright, if you want descriptions of any arcana, I have the page open.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, sneak attack, eh? Thought you could sneak attack me? Forgot I had the stash.
So you already know what's so special about this dash. Yeah?
Just the... You don't get hit from X to Y.
True. That's one reason.
There's no cooldown.
Not getting...
I just accidentally activated the fight. Okay.
Yep.
This is fine.
I'll...
Smooth jazz will carry me.
Yeah, no, I'm just not getting audio right now.
Oh, weird.
After this fight, I think we can restart the screen share and see if that does
Yep.
anything.
Can do. Alright, well, I dealt with it.
Okay. Restart screen share? Oh.
Alright. Okay. Can do in a sec.
ADHD is fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's what happened.
But
I think. Oh, wait. I was already screen sharing. Okay, let's try that.
make sound while paused, so...
Yeah. Anything?
Yes.
Good.
Sound again, I said.
Okay, I didn't hear it because my internet was bad.
Rip.
Oh, VIP card.
Relic
Let's go.
Description?
Description.
I originally wanted this to mimic the buy X get one free stamp cards, but decided a flat discount would be much simpler to understand.
Yeah. Works faster too. I admit I got some lucky dodges in my fight against Sura.
Some evades.
No, just strictly like going between the ice attacks and that kind of thing.
Ah,
That was a waste.
nice miss. Alright, relics page.
Hello, Analytical Monocle. I do like that. Jade's Gem Locator is also very good. Synergizes with my cloak. Amulet of Sundering, basic. Alright. Yeah, we're going Analytical Monocle. Nox,
Alright, it might
Nox.
just be easiest if
Who's
you
there?
read the description before you pick it up, by the way.
Definitely. We used to have 3 tiers for the stat boosting relics, and all of these would share a common theme. For crit, we used the word analytical and had various eyewear. No.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind reading all the descriptions as we see them in shops.
You know, it would take a while.
True.
I'm not a huge fan of that. Okay, what does double-edged cestus do?
Alright, double-edged cestus.
Cestus.
Increase basic arcana damage, all other damage decreased.
Okay. Mystic Sage's Memoir.
Increases the damage, duration, and cooldown for all summon arcana, of which you have none at the moment.
Right. Stealthy Holiday.
Attacks against enemies at full health deal extra damage. You take increased damage.
Double Toil, we know that.
Reduces cooldowns by half, but receive double damage.
And Tortoise Shield.
Increase armor, but decrease damage.
Alright, everyone takes less damage. Not fantastic selections.
You gonna skip?
I'm gonna skip.
Okay.
Jagger Bliss. The other half got the other half got eaten by my power supply company. What?
Nice.
Well, I mean,
Also, look what we have here.
yeah, I'm taking this. 10 and 5 items from various other games. Nothing too fancy. Let's make sure there's nothing else I want. Yeah, I'm just taking this. I'm gonna take it right now.
Mercenary's Dagger uses gold to increase spell damage. Having insufficient gold causes your spells to do less damage. It's
Interesting.
going all right.
But yeah, hello, Blast. I hope you're doing well. Empire finds take. Said take. Thank you. Press the button. I didn't do it. Pandemic pouch. I remember what that does, and that's not great. I do like Jay's Jewel Tiara, though. Actually, what does it do?
Gain signature charge every time you pick up a Chaos Gem, and increases damage based on the amount of Chaos Gems held.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, you might
Oh,
want to look at what's next to it, too.
Yeah.
Ellis Glass Kite. Completely guard against attacks and makes you invulnerable for a brief period afterwards. Relic will break after a number of hits. 5, to be specific.
That sure is a number.
What's the description? The commentary?
Oh.
Ah. Okay. Oh, you have exactly enough for the Jeweled Tiara right now.
I do. Which does what again?
Increased signature charge on gem gain and increased damage based on gems held.
Oh, right.
Which means the Jeweled Tiara would actually be one I would imagine would be banned in Boss Rush.
Oh, yeah.
But no, relics that have outside influence are still allowed.
Strange.
I guess they just assume everyone playing Boss Rush will already have everything unlocked and 989 Chaos Gems.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
At least I healed 6 HP. Pink. Oh, hello again. Okay. You can make this back up.
Just 205 to go.
Yeah.
227 to go.
I forget how fast my dash is now.
Do me a favor.
Okay.
Go about 3 tiles south and 8 tiles west. Go up against the wall north of you, and dash.
Oh. Okay. That's cool.
Yep.
It's a teleporter run in Spelunky.
Yeah. There are quirks to it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, of course this is the dead end. Where's the other... After stream's over, do you think we could try to get, that's where you haven't been yet. Do you think we could try to get co-op working?
Yeah.
Friday?
I'm up for that. May as well just get it done.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, have you talked to Andrea and Nox yet?
Oh, yeah, no. Many of the curses used to be standard relics, as we initially wanted curses to be more like buffs. But it made more sense to have them be relics, as they cut down on UI and didn't require us to create a new system. As an unintended bonus, this change also let us add the current combined relic system. Fun fact, before Iris came along, Nox used to be a virtuosa named Aet, who sold the player... Aet, there we go, that was it. Who sold the player Arcana. Why are there like 5 different ways to pronounce the letter A?
This stage originally had thick fog that went in and out of view. It added a lot of great atmosphere, but it tended to slow things down and obscure some of the action. Maybe we'll figure out a good way to add it back someday, or maybe we'll stop development on this game.
Haha. So I guess I'll just take the tiara and maybe the glass kite.
You can afford both.
Cool.
Descriptions?
The Jade relics were a result of the suggestions from our veteran players, many of whom asked for scaling relics. Let's see,
I find items that break a bit annoying, but this was designed for the crazy players that attempt pride runs. It took us a while to remember, but Ella refers to Cinderella.
That makes sense. Also, Blaze, Moulin Rouge, great movie, great soundtrack. I've heard about it, I haven't seen it myself. So I will make a mental note of that, because I do like to listen to movie soundtracks as a sound designer. Oh, nice.
Oh, no.
But it's okay, because I'm smart now. See?
That's one.
I was so smart to have purchased that kite.
Alright, your kite has 4 hits left.
Is that reflected anywhere under normal circumstances?
It is when you're not in dev commentary mode, I guess.
It's fun. What did this do again?
Indra's copper pipe, increase the duration of your shock effects, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, increases duration of your shock status effects.
Of which I have none. Yet. Do I care about upgrading my Flame Strike? Well, that'd be a status effect. Nothing that actually works great, though. I'll just take this.
Flame Strike will
Add a
Charged Final
chance to
Blast
burn.
now burns enemies and destroy enemy projectiles. Not a chance to
Right.
burn, just add
Will.
burn.
Well, 100% chance to burn.
Fair.
With no possible modifiers thereof.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, Blizz. That's pretty neat.
Freya was the first boss we designed, but she was later reworked during a huge boss overhaul. She was originally much taller than the player and was mostly stationary. Dahoon changed up her attacks to make her more mobile and modeled her combat to represent the mage archetype in the Magic Council. One thing we kept was the elemental crown aesthetic. We applied this to all the Magic Council members to make them feel like a unit.
Oh, cool. I didn't even notice that. 1, 2, 3. Well,
Alright, that's the second hit on the kite. You've got 3 left.
I mistook one of her attacks for 2 attacks. That is very useful.
Being able to dodge through attacks.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, your kite has been hit 3 times now. We're not writers, and we half-jokingly threw in puns as placeholders, but it ended up sticking all the way to release.
And my internet did not stick around for that. All that the captions caught was, "We're not writers."
And we half-jokingly threw in puns as placeholders, but it ended up sticking all the way to release.
Close enough.
We had some pretty funny alternative suggestions for punny dialogue from the community after release, which was amazing to see. Some of those have extra puns, by the way.
Ah, cool. Bird Dynamo. Unlocked. I had a short period of super lightning experimentation that led to a lot of very odd spell designs. This was one of them where I wanted a projectile that rewarded hitting enemies in a line.
Neat.
Okay. Good to know.
Oh, geez, it's thunder. Stylizing interior, summoning enemies, materializing rooms, finalizing pattern, get ready.
Okay.
All the ones I didn't read the first time.
Huh?
Alright. Oh yeah, one small thing about the portal is that it doesn't slide along walls at the end there.
Huh.
So I think you've got 1 hit left on the kite now.
I think you're correct. There it is. It was attempt number 6. And we're back. Okay. Still identical. So... I don't know if I want any of these either.
If you have...
Oh, Platinum Bracelet, maybe. That would actually really synergize with my cloak.
Do you want the math on the Heavenly Boots?
Sure.
Since evade chances are additive,
Oh, that's 55 evade, but double damage?
no,
Okay.
because you don't have an evasion cloak on at the moment.
Right.
But what I was about to say is that if you find another source of 10% evade chance, then the Nog's Heavenly Boots will break even. Because out of the remaining 90% chance to take a hit, you'll block out half.
I see.
But as of right now, Nog's Heavenly Boots is a net loss.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Platinum Bracelet, I think, is good though, right? If I don't care about
It's-
gems.
bracelet is not on the Arcana page of the... or on the relics page.
Oh.
Oh, it's pewter bracelet on the relics page.
What?
All chaos gems found are no longer gained, but increase damage instead. I guess a couple of death commentary names change.
Fair enough. Well, hello. Can we kill the shop in this game?
No, I wish you could.
Rip. Alright, well, I'm saving up. I'm gonna save up for that.
You've got a bit of floor left.
Yeah. I really need to start remembering about that.
Yeah. I like that they can still be status. Like those guys are the people against whom freeze is actually good.
Oh, right.
Did you even notice the bolt was there before your attack started hitting it? Because I didn't.
Well, I noticed it as the attack was about to ramp up. Like, before it actually came out, but after I launched it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to take care of that. And then it was like, oh, no, I don't.
And you can afford the thing now.
Oh, yeah, cool. Maybe I should take care of the aggro situation.
Nice dodge.
Goodbye, pretty cloak.
Goodbye, half of your health bar being full.
Ah, yes. It is merely empty to be filled.
Yep. Your health bar isn't 60% empty, it's 40% full. 237.
Hey. Yeah, I saw it for a brief moment as well. Can you go through walls and into the... No, that's not possible. Through walls and into the outside is what I was gonna say.
And besides, what would you be standing on if you did that?
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that would I fall off the world if I did that?
Ah, no.
Okay.
Also, you can't use it to escape locked room.
Okay.
And there are a few other weird quirks where it sometimes won't work either.
Makes sense. So this heals me for 5 instead of 3 every time I kill something, if I have the full attire, right? That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, or maybe it's 6. No, it is 5, okay.
Yeah, looks like sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 5. I don't know what makes the difference.
6 might be if you kill with a crit.
Yeah. It checks out.
I like how there, apart from crits, there is not random number generation in damage calculation.
Mm-hmm.
Your attack does 6, you know it will always do 6 unless you get that crit.
Yeah, I like that too. No accidents in this zone. This is no zona de accidentes. I feel like that's a good upgrade. Oh, my number! Let's go!
Oh, nice!
385. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. And I'm gonna go. Here we go. Wahoo!
And of course, there's no need to read again after upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
junkies.
350. So you're slightly below.
Why is everything on cooldown?
Because you used it all!
Oh. But of course.
Boom. 371. Not quite net gain in health.
Ancient fountain pen does what?
10.
Signature-based relics are all themed around writing utensils and accessories. They help you sign your signature. Omega lol.
Oh. Your charged signature arcana deals more damage every time you use it.
So, like, cumulative?
I think so, yeah.
Sweet.
But only for charged signature.
Right.
Oh yeah, I never explained the pewter/platinum bracelet, did I?
Mm-mm.
All chaos gems found are no longer gained, but increase damage instead.
Ah, it's damage, not defense. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna pass on it because I want this to be a coin and gem collecting run. Just to prepare for next stream, basically.
Watch it offer you evasion relics on the next floor as well.
Right.
Or even the Tipsy Gladius, which is also an evasion relic.
It's probably gonna happen.
And then the Heavenly Boots would have been a good thing.
Mm-hmm. 85 is 5 plus 7, 5 times 7 times 11. Oh! I thought you were making a meme or something, but yeah, wow. You're right. You know what it also is? If you add all of the squares of the numbers through, from 1 through 10, it'll come out to 385. Which I found out just a few weeks ago. Oh, that's a delayed thing. Okay. I understand how these work now.
$237 is an almost prime number. You're not teasing those two?
Nah, I didn't realize you could.
Yeah, it's...
I realized too late.
Room.
Yeah. I'm very close to full. I mean, since Sudoku's using squares. Ooh, nice. Square Doku. Right, you
know
do not.
what would be an interesting Sudoku thing? Words.
Wordoku.
Yeah. Like maybe a 5x5 or a 6x6 grid, such that every answer across and vertical is an actual word and an anagram of each other, so I bet it wouldn't be possible with 5 or 6.
What am I doing?
With no repeated letters and all anagrams of each other, so you have the same 5 letters in every row in different orders.
I like that. Also, wide open space, no one. Completely empty.
Yeah,
oh, those
just
have a
bunch
tracker
of
beam.
corridors that all got too touchy-feely with each other.
But apparently, I didn't know that these the lightnings actually like pulled enemies in.
Oh, the LD relic or arcana.
You ready for this room? 'Cause I'm not.
Yep. Wow. At least you got a lot of cover in this room.
Yeah, a lot of good that's
if you
doing
actually
me.
use it. Also, that's another thing about those enemies, is they have a slow turning speed.
Oh yeah. Guess that's useful in it. Okay, y'all need to chill.
I just realized something we could try for co-op. The kite's back!
Wow. Okay, I've never seen Yuna's storybook, but say what you were gonna say.
We could try co-op from my end.
True.
Yuna's storybook increases the summon duration for all summon arcana.
Okay. Kite. Maybe. Graduation cap does gem rate up, right?
Yep. It is a component of the prestigious diploma.
I guess I'll take it. Maybe. Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks.
A Latin square appears to just be like a Sudoku, but a base component thereof. Because Wikipedia says, in combinatorics and in experimental design, a Latin square is an n by n array filled with n different symbols, each occurring exactly once in each row and exactly once in each column. An example of a 3 by 3 Latin square is ABC, CAB, BCA. The name Latin square was inspired by mathematical papers by Leonhard Euler, who used Latin characters as symbols, but any set of symbols can be used. In the above example, the alphabetic sequence ABC can be replaced by the integer sequence 1, 2, 3. Euler began the general theory of Latin squares. So Latin square is a related term. I'm just trying to say a Latin square, but of words. But making actual words out of it.
There you are. Well. Well. I do like the horned halo.
Would be a good time to get it, I think.
Yeah. The perfect time. I haven't even taken the potion yet.
I'm curious about the lone note, though. I did notice the altered coin SFX.
Interesting. I want to use it sometime, but now is not the time.
Okay.
Because Halo is here.
Yeah.
Halo! It splits in your favor when it's an odd number of health.
Description?
The first res relic and one of the few cursed relic you can remove. It was made before the headgear update, so it stacks on top of other headgears.
So remember when you asked if it was a hat and I said no and yes?
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna potion here, just to stay safe.
Are you gonna kite as well?
Maybe I should. Yeah.
It would be cool if you could keep the broken kite and then get repairs at a discount.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually one of the... Okay, 4... that's actually one of the three suggestions I made about it back when there was a Wizard of Legends suggestions channel.
I see. That's 2. Okay. Well, it did allow me to get to full, so...
Almost.
Well, get closer to full. It's true.
I think we had 2 left.
Oh, there we go. Crit heal.
Oh, cool crit heal.
2 what left? Oh, 2 hits? Yeah, 2 hits.
A Sator square.
Alright, Thunder Twins 2. The original concept for this boss battle was to have them use attacks themed around games kids would play. Some of it is still there, like Catch and Tetherball, but it was mostly changed to whatever we thought was funny.
I had suggested a long time ago that it would be cool to have a boss fight involving twins. As a result, I ended up having to draw almost double the frames of animation for this fight, but I think it was worth it. Early on, we knew that there would have to be some kind of high-five animation, and I think it's one of the coolest parts of the fight.
Agreed.
This boss is a lot more technically complex, and I don't think we could have accomplished this when we first started development on Wall.
Deal, that's one. Oh yeah, you're okay. I forgot what phase we were in.
Oops. Miss.
Kite's gone, I think.
Yes, it is.
Sig-
Signature. Already.
Ow.
A little too narrow.
My skid. Alright, GG.
GG.
Not many people have the capacity to handle the sheer amount of puns that I throw in to keep things amped. So that's 2 puns in the same sentence. I realize it can be very polarizing, but they really should try to lighten up and be more positive. So there is a light pun for the Fire Lady. And a light pun for the Zappy Zaps.
I generally try to keep things grounded and refrain from writing any dialogue that can attract negative attention.
You are what? Oh, right. Toxic bullets.
Should I read the description?
In a second. One of the few plant and poison arcana, this one was more of a utility spell with its strong poison and snare combo. Okay.
Pearl bolas made of toxic vines to entangle and poison foes. Enhanced. Bolas no longer stop upon hitting a foe.
Oh, cool. So they're piercing?
Yep.
That's sick.
A Sador square isn't quite what I have in mind either. That has to be palindromic. Although it does actually fit. No, it doesn't. That has... That has 6 unique letters. No, 7's right. I had it right the first time.
Yeah, I love catching the corners with the rock and roll. It's so good. The healing is ridiculous!
Yeah, you're at full health now.
Yes, I am!
And you've got your signature again.
Yep. Well, I'm down a bit.
Imagine if you get the shark mask.
Oh my gosh. Oh, blessed day that would be.
Or the singing bowl.
Yeah.
Or both.
Literally all you need. Okay, flower diadem does what again? I remember it was good earlier.
Immune to death once per floor.
Right. I'm allergic. I'm gonna have to make a big run. Oh, hello.
A-E-S-H-E-O-R. E-P-N.
Right. I have a mini heart attack every time I dash and it moves me nowhere.
The Wikipedia article literally says it has 8, by the way, distinct characters, so we were both off by 1. We were both off by 1 and had no excuse for being off by 1, considering the article literally tells us.
Everybody's wrong. Okay. Chill, y'all. Welcome to Abyss.
By the way,
Hmm?
I'm going to say that you should not fight Redacted on this run.
Yeah, I am inclined to believe that that is a future thing. I have no such interest, thank you. I do not wish to taint my victory with such a self-destroying scenario as that.
I do want you to do it before you have unlocked all of the Chaos Arcana. Nope, the relics have faded away.
Oh yes, I
Another
finally saw it. Okay, so... what is Tattered Scroll? Oh, right. The, yeah, those are the things. The stuff. Actually, this is really good.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just take it.
I realized there was nothing that improved Empowered Arcana, and I wanted to reward players who took the time to upgrade their deck. I named it Luxury Handbag, half as a joke, pointing out that the player enjoys nice, expensive things. Of course, Mr. Moneybags wants the luxury handbag.
And that's literally everything. Let's go. Is there anything in here that we wanted? Oh yeah, that.
Maybe the healing on gem pickup, or the definitely the diadem, actually.
Yeah. That's priority number 1. Nice. Here we go. I'm starting to realize how often I get glancing hits on counter rogue with my dash, which I do not currently have at my disposal.
Yeah. Oh no, healing!
Oh yes.
Oh,
That worked out fine.
Shot in.
Shaw. Alright, let's go.
Commentary?
Oh yes. There were originally 3 tiers of armor relics that were based off the 3 graces, but when the tiered relics were removed, Yuffie was the only one who made it. Rip Aggie and Thali. Too bad, so sad.
Nice. You lost 69 points from taking too much damage.
Nice. I love myself some loops. Loop-de-loops.
I do like that Signature Arcana are uninterruptible.
Yeah. Should probably lead with Bolus.
When you have it.
Yeah. That is not the button.
Yeah, LT is maybe not the best.
I'm getting a call. BRB.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I did one fight, and I just took 150 damage at once, I think.
Oh, nice. Stop. It's looking a little dire. Just a little.
Lightly dire?
Liar.
Liar?
Light dire is liar.
Ah. Isn't a lyre an instrument of some kind?
Yes, it is. That is true. Dang it, dude. What? How? How? Stop. Okay,
What
there's...
happened?
Oh, I
they
just
just
got...
combo you
I
a
got...
little bit too
Yeah, womboed a bit. Captain's ring is what?
Hold on, I didn't have it pulled up.
Okay.
Equipping Arcana of different elements increases damage.
Oh.
Yeah, you have literally... No, you don't. You have 2 earth and 0 air.
Ah. Still pretty good.
Yeah.
I kind of want to buy this and the cookie box, but do I need the cookie box?
It's a little late for the cookie box, I think.
Reliable backpack does what?
Increases HP, I believe.
Mm.
Increases max health for each defensive relic held by 10, I believe. Yep.
I see.
Can you open your inv again? The icons tell you whether it's defensive or not.
Oh, yeah. So,
I
1,
think
2,
part 1
3, 4.
are
4.
defensive.
Alright, well... I have what I need from Nox, so I can get rid of that if I need to.
True.
I'll take the ring. You're up.
It seemed like people had a preferred element, and I wanted to promote more varied builds. The power is yours.
We're all Wizardeers now. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get the cookie box.
Okay.
I love cookies. All of them. The health orbs always reminded me a bit of jam, so that became the theme for this relic. This was almost called the Halengrata box. I'd love to know why.
Hallongrat. Can you open the description again, please? It's the first one. Hallongrotta. It is a type of cookie that looks remarkably like the... Hallengrata is a typical Swedish butter cookie topped with a raspberry jam tart. It is made of butter, sugar, corn, or potato starch, and that's as far as the Google preview goes.
I already got a health up.
In the United States, they are known as thumbprint cookies. Similar cookies sold in Australia are known as jam drops. The
No
cookies are
thumbprint
similar
cookies.
to shortbread cooking with an added filling. It is an easily baked molded cookie flavored with vanilla. The cookies are typically made with butter, flour, baking powder, sugar, and vanilla. The cookies are usually filled with raspberry jam. Okay then. So yeah, that would have been a pretty good... Oh, talk to the NPCs!
Oh yeah,
You forgot that entirely in the last zone.
I did.
The fire tile set was the only in-game artwork that wasn't done in-house.
Oh.
To save time, we contracted the tile set to an artist and eventually heavily edited it to match the other levels. It turned out to be one of the more visually distinct stages, so we're happy with how everything went. And don't forget to talk to Andre as well. Andre and Iris are the only ones that vary by zone, by the way.
Okay.
Each lava pit originally had their own light source, but it really slowed down the level. I eventually just cheated by moving lava to a separate layer and making it show up full bright while ignoring all lighting.
That works.
You haven't seen Red Shop. I think I see it under the gem counter when you open the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's guaranteed Nox because I carried the token in here.
Fair. After you get through this.
Not dealing with you today? Goodbye.
Yeah, none of those look worth it.
None of those?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh,
I like how you went back to the sanguine attire.
Oh yeah, I should have read the diploma or the graduation bouquet description first. I guess this is our version of the stay in school slogan.
Talk to Nox again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's because
He
the
does say something different after you picked the relic, though. Or did you first talk to him before? I don't know.
yeah, I think I talked to him before I picked a relic other times. But yeah, since the red shops vary so much, they didn't make individual per zones. That would have been too chance.
Yeah, but I thought Nox said something different before versus after you picked Tucker's relic.
Ah.
I don't think you can bola the mini bosses.
Doesn't look like it. But I can at least deal damage with it. Ooh, thank you, Burn.
And you can still pick up a potion, it looks like.
Yep.
If you had the chakra locket, I think that would have been a good heal right there.
Yeah. No. Oh, this was 3-2. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go. Alright. Zeal is my favorite boss and was designed far after Freya and Atlas. She wasn't even shown in our Kickstarter. In fact, the entire fire stage was mostly a mock-up at that point, and we had to design a lot of fire stuff on the fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2.
Hey, you got it fully charged
3.
again.
Yeah. 4, 6.
Here's hers.
Okay, well that. 1,
That was
2,
almost prematurely celebrated.
3, 4, 5. I was just gonna say that was pretty good. Which it was, but
Well, it still was.
yeah. The puns in this game get flamed a lot, but I don't mind the heat, and I think they're pretty lit. There's no eye. I thought they were pretty charming, but at this point I'm just adding fuel to the fire. The
I
pyre.
guess I'm.
At this point, I guess I'm just adding fuel to the pyre. Okay, I'm sorry. I can feel your eye rolls from here. Why'd I get signature from that?
Use your signature. Use your signature. You got signature because you have Jade's jeweled tiara.
Ah,
And
right.
I wanted you to use it because you have the fountain pen.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like how we talked about Jade's jeweled tiara and then you highlighted Kali's flower diadem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the yeah. Oops. Bolt rail on a minion, but with enhanced range. I wanted all of the agents to have different attack ranges so they would spread out nicely and show off a big army.
Conjure an agent of lightning that assaults foes with a stream of lightning. Enhanced. Lightning streams last longer and deal more damage.
I like this better than the bullets. Oh, and we're here again.
Yeah. And you
Okay.
only need that.
Yeah.
Those two will still be accessible after this set of rooms if you are running low, by the way.
Oh, sweet. Which I will be.
At this rate.
Loving the smooth jazz here.
Yeah. Oh, is there a cap to the fountain pen? I should hope there's a cap, because otherwise it's gonna dry out real quick. Clip that.
The devs, yes, the devs would be proud. I'm almost at full. Nice. Ow. Okay. Now what?
You don't have an air arcana on offer. Oh well.
Dang. Well, I wasn't gonna do that anyway, right?
Anyway, it's the fountain pen,
Yeah, ancient
which
fountain
is
pen.
I'm not gonna find on the arcana page.
Actually, I'll be right back while you look that up.
Charged Signature Arcana is increased by 1% each time a player uses their Charged Signature Arcana, up to a maximum of 50%. Prior to the Phantom update, July 28, 2021, the Ancient Fountain Pen increased Signature Arcana damage by 2% per use and capped at 40%.
Okay.
Strategies. With this relic, using a signature is almost always worth it, even if there is nothing to hit. Casting a signature just before it fizzles will still increase the damage of future signatures.
Okay. Well, I will be
And that's
right...
why I told you to use it when
Yeah.
you had...
Yeah, I realized that a little late. But yes, I did use it, and thank you for letting me know.
Yep.
I'm going to be right back. Give me just 1 sec.
Me as well. BRB. I return. And Clips channel. And I might as well get the Atlas fight out of the way on my own run while we wait. Alright, Atlas uses Leap, Boulder Shot, Drill, Pillars. I took a hit there for 62 damage. Atlas uses Boulder Shot, Poison, Pillars, and Signature. I missed the chance to damage him. Atlas uses Drill, Leap, Pillars, and Hammer. And I hit Atlas for quite a lot of damage and heal a few HP. Atlas uses Boulder Shot, Poison, Pillars, and Hammer. And
Oops. I have
I
returned.
win over Atlas. 347 out of 520 HP for me. Okay. We can get back to your run now.
Okay. Knox, Knox, who's there? Alright, chance to dodge, pocket watch stuff. Pathfinder's map again! Family... I don't know, I think
Family Seal increases overall signature charge gained from attacking enemies.
yeah, maybe. What's the pocket watch again? It causes the signature to be slower, right?
Designed by artisan Kurt Tozy Toksidlowski. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that name, and I apologize. This relic reduces cooldowns, but also reduces signature charge rate.
Right. I feel like the chance to dodge is better.
Yeah,
Chance
although
to
you
evade.
can't afford both.
True, but...
Oh, but also
little-
relic limit?
yeah. Does the cookie box even matter anymore?
I don't think so, and I also don't think the relic rewards card will matter after you make your purchases.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that they stack. Okay, Nox, who's there? Atlas. Atlas who? Atlas D didn't shrug this time. Woo. We're stretching it, aren't we? Alright, so... chance to dodge.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 8% chance to evade.
To evade. And Family Seal increases charge rate?
Family Seal... It helps by spell. Increases overall signature charge gained from attacking enemies.
Okay. That might be more useful than the extra 40-some HP that the potion would give me, since I can just farm that up.
And next room.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're getting this, and
Most
not dropping the boots. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Most signature relics follow a theme of writing and autographs, and this one uses a more traditional version of stamping an official seal, often seen in Asian countries.
Oh, cool.
Refers to socks often associated with ninjas.
Also a reference to a dead dog mechanic in League, Rip Lamppost. Oh, of Legends, right.
Yeah.
Who are you?
He
Do
is
I
fun.
do I want to press X? Do I just want to
You can
pretend nothing
always
happened?
reject his offers.
Okay.
Endless mode was highly requested, and we implemented it thinking most people won't get past 10 loops. We then released it, and players scored through 50-plus loops. Soared through 50-plus loops. They discovered some crazy bugs at high loop counts that we had to patch. So, want to spend 25 gems to loop? You will be asked one more time to confirm, so you can hit A here and B later.
Are you absolutely certain?
Yes.
Okay.
The NPC's look is inspired by the Guru of Time. Still want to loop?
B.
Press B.
Okay. Cool. So we do have Eden. I go, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good. The torches aren't even lit.
Oh, neat.
Although slightly concerning, because I also wanted to mention... I also wanted to see what happens if you... Oh, wait. I think that is still possible. I think it's 10 wins that unlocks it.
Okay.
Dahun mentioned that the best bosses are ones that mirror the main character, and the design of Sura was created to serve this purpose. We also wanted to convey a sense of grandeur and made the first part of the fight involve a huge chaos beast inspired by Susano. I think this is the best boss battle we ever designed, and I love everything, including the space arena transition and the amazing music that we're not going to hear.
This time.
Yeah, we've already heard it.
Okay. Want all my spells to be ready. Here we go.
Ooh, the
Dang it.
agents might help with the orbs. The agents might help with the orbs.
True. Nope.
And the orbs help with your kill count, too.
Yep.
Your on-kill effect.
Almost a recycle. Oh well.
I wonder if a 3-cycle is actually possible, because I'm pretty sure the shield regenerates on how much health you... how much damage you deal to him, not how much time passes.
I see.
I mean, I think it's both. Oof, ow. Well, you can farm some health on these guys.
Yep. Okay.
Of course, the final boss had to have more than one form.
I'm gonna sit here so my spells recharge.
They have already.
Cool.
Dahun explained that he wanted to emphasize the final battle as a duel between wizards. I think Sura's fast movement mirrored what you're capable of and really drove that feeling home. Also, Mom says good luck, by the way.
Oh, thank you. 1, 2.
You actually got a hit in there.
Nice. 4, 5. Nice evade. Oh god. I have nothing that attacks that fast. 2, 3, 4, 5.
The Cardus attacks fastest, I think.
3, 4. Ow. I'm just gonna deal with them.
Don't get too wrapped up in dealing with them that Sura attacks you.
Yep.
I have actually lost runs that way. Ah, you had him.
Yeah. There's so many dodges. 4. 5. Just gonna use that there. Because he's chilling.
Yeah, the water jet spell that he uses is probably your best chance at attacking him during his combos.
Where did my... Oh, my earth spell got eaten. Got him. Stop doing that, dude. Oh!
Then HP! Oh, because of the diadem. You survived because of the diadem.
Oh,
It
let's go.
activated.
And I didn't even have to use the halo.
One decision we made early on was that you would down council members instead of mortally injuring them. We wanted to keep things friendly, and it fit the roguelike system to show the council members getting up and exiting the scene. Also, I always felt that this transition was a bit abrupt, but we generally try to keep things simple when possible.
That was 2 wins in a row, by the way.
Yes, it was. 869 damage.
Dang.
And we can also test the theory, because if your calendar still says 48,
Yes!
then we know that it didn't increment.
10 out of 10.
Actually, I think it might be my theory. Whatever. I noticed that so many players were sharing their build in this scene by opening up the equipment menu. As a result, I suggested we overhaul the run summary screen to include more details, like the full Arcana build and relics. It was great to see players share their new screen, since I felt it was an easier way to share results and builds.
Yeah, I like it.
The hero's welcome with rose petals was inspired by a cutscene from the Warcraft series. I never played the campaign, and I actually have no idea what the cutscene was about, but the visuals stuck with me. The rose petals are actually just recolored leaves from the Earth stage.
Smart. Letting the players take on the stage they thought that was the easiest or most difficult early was very impactful. A lot of the progress happens on the first stage as the player has a lot of gold and the easiest enemies. Oh yeah, my cloak didn't matter, by the way. That much. For survivability, at least.
Yeah, you had the plus gem and gold.
Yeah, the gold did help, I'll admit.
Yeah. It would have taken us forever to create unique NPCs for this scene, so we eventually built a randomizer. Okay, but that doesn't seem to be in effect.
That's a non sequitur, isn't it?
I just got a text from my mom.
What does it say?
How many HP do you... How many HP do you get for scaring both your mother and your cat? I'm gonna see if it's too late to clip that ending. It probably is.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah, it totally is. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the VOD and clip it.
Alright. I should probably make a highlight of the entire second half of the stream.
Yeah, both the wins, you mean?
Yeah. Just put them back to back, why not?
Well, I do request that you skip out the part where we had technical difficulties with Steam Remote Play.
Right, fair enough. Mimics are pretty terrifying in games, so we wanted ours to be a friendly one that helped you stay organized.
Did he say that before making the actual mimics?
Good question. You're up.
We knew early on that we'd want to localize the game to as many languages as possible. Because of this, the signs that the villagers hold up don't have any words and instead have symbols or numbers like 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10!
There were a lot of places throughout the game where we had to be careful to keep language out of the visuals.
Yeah, smart.
A lot of the emoticons were created for this scene and later adapted to show up as a response from the various NPCs you run into in the game.
Nice.
There are also emotes in the Wizard of Legend Discord server.
Oh, cool. I tried to tie in all of the ending scene dialogue with something the NPC offers the player, but some were just too difficult.
I tried to look up as much medieval clothing references as I could, but it was really hard drawing all the NPC variations. By the way,
Yeah?
did you notice that each house NPC is next to the corresponding merchant? At least for the ones that have corresponding merchants?
Well, you know, in the back of my head, I was like, that seems right somehow, but I didn't put that together directly. Good call. The squad! Congrats on beating the game! We knew you could do it!
By the way, the next lines I don't think I've ever seen in dev commentary.
Ooh. The insignia of legend was a relic we added early on that initially did nothing and just signified that you beat the game. But we're glad that it got the treatment that it did, and it'll probably have some hidden functionality added to it.
Actually, I think it's this set of lines. Yeah, here we go.
Regarding Chaos Arcana, we had a few discussions on how best to award them to the player and settled for Sura giving them out. It made sense thematically and also gave players a reason to run back in and use it to earn additional Chaos Arcana. Phantom Division.
We always knew that the story would end with you. We always knew the story would have to end with you going back to the future. Sura handing over the insignia as a symbol of achievement, and it also being the key back to the future, tied the story up well. It's a bittersweet moment going back home while saying goodbye to the Magic Council. I imagine the council members are very busy, but they all came together to see you off. If we had the budget, it would have been cool to have an animated cutscene of the council members arriving.
Was this not that?
I think an even more animated, because I think this one just literally used all their regular entrance animations from the boss
enough.
room. Shu's entrance is my favorite of the bunch, but the original version had him just flying upwards out of the tornado. It wasn't until we added his massive vortex skill that we adapted the spin animation to the entrance sequence.
I really like how Zeal's hair and Firewing animation turned out. It really makes her look like a Firehawk. Give me a sec. Okay, we're good. I told Bundy I wanted her to have long hair that was on fire, and I believe his response was a simple, "What?"
What indeed? I had to figure out a way to sort the fire particles on her head for all frames of animation.
Yeah, they did a great job. I noticed that earlier today. It was like, that's some hair. That rivals Madeline hair, honestly.
It took a long time, but it feels amazing to finally have all the elements represented in the Magic Council.
We had the idea that the Lightning boss fight would be a double feature long before we decided to do the Thunder update. It fit the theme of Lightning and Thunder, and completed the enemy archetypes by filling in the Lancer and Summoner positions. As an added bonus, it also brought the number of council members to a magical 7.
Now, Hoon set this part up and chose a reaction animation from each boss to give them some life. I always loved how this scene made Sora feel like the leader of an elite troop by having the council show up together in force.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Just like the furniture NPCs, I wanted each boss to have a distinct personality, and also one that fit with their element. Atlus's personality is based off of a particularly strong armed alchemist from one of our favorite anime.
I wonder if they even just partially named the anime.
Yeah.
We always knew that Chaos Arcana would be endgame unlocks, but we didn't know how exactly you'd earn them for a while. At one point, we were just going to have it show up in Lenovo Plaza for a super high price.
Boo. So that's it, huh?
Yep. Well, not quite. There's more dev commentary.
Oh yeah, if I go through here.
Mm-hmm.
True. Well, I'm certainly glad that I was able to actually go through all the dev commentary.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the second win tonight.
Yeah, me too. So, anything new here? You know?
I don't think so.
Okay. Simple A press. Nice.
Was that an even longer run?
I think so?
Let me get the screenshot for you, though.
Yeah, I think it's about 5 minutes longer than the other one was. Thank you for the GG, Jacker.
Yeah, it is. Your last run was 64:18:46. This is 69:04:41.
Cool. What a run.
Yeah.
Good grief. Fun fact, this NPC's name starts with Z because he's the last NPC you have to interact with. This epilogue sequence was another last-minute decision, but I'm glad we added it as it gave the game a sense of closure. I like it too. Very clever.
And yep, blank wall. Actually, can you hold there for a moment? Oh, no, I don't want to give up the... Screw it, I'll take the picture. Okay, you may continue.
Okay. Oh. I didn't even notice this last time. I thought about adding...
when I first got a win, and I was like, wait, this is me? It was such a cool reveal.
Yeah, I took it much more in stride than that. I recognized that that should have been a lot more surprising, and honestly, it felt like what it was going to end up being. I wasn't 100% sure, so I wasn't thoroughly surprised. However, I was not spoiled on it, I will say that much.
Yeah, I made sure of that.
I thought about adding the cloak name here, but ran out of time.
This is about when the player realizes that they are. This is about when the player realizes they are the Wizard of Legend, and that this exhibit shows off their stuff.
I mean, was the title screen with your character featured right above the title of Wizard of Legend not enough? Yeah, it's fine. Again, due to the rushed nature of the epilogue, we didn't add the relic name here. Honestly, that's fine because these are supposed to be unknown artifacts from a forgotten time anyway.
You know what? That makes sense.
Surprise! It was always very clear that the player was going to be the Wizard of Legend. Yes, it was. But we hope that the exhibit dedicated to their journey came off as a surprise. Yeah, it was. I really enjoy stories that circle back to the start as they tend to leave very melancholy and nostalgic feelings. It's probably the reason why the credits music is one of my favorites. Dale really nailed the tone once again. Hey, music artist name drop, let's go.
Yep, Dale North. It was Dahoon's idea to add a digital clock to the beginning of this area to show how long each run took.
It was my obligation to ignore it the first stream.
Even as I literally read it out, too.
Ah.
I actually didn't want to add an epilogue, but Dahoon insisted, saying that people like the feeling of ending where everything began. Turns out he was right, because a lot of people say this moment was very memorable. It was.
True.
I was worried this hallway would be too barren, but now we don't even have enough room for all the NPCs.
I didn't interact with anyone else.
I mean, to be fair, you had the Token of Doom all the way through 3-2, so no one else could show up.
Yeah.
I originally wanted all portraits to have eyes that tracked the player as they would move by. Hi, Yuka.
Yuka!
It turned out that drawing variations of paintings took so long that I eventually gave up on the life painting idea. It would have been cool, though. I'd posit that that could have just been done by having the eyes sprite as a separate layer.
Yeah, absolutely.
With just ranges specified. Also, Yuka, this is win number 2.
Yeah, in a row, by the way.
Yeah.
Something
win
clicked.
in normal language, second win in dev commentary.
Which is great because I get to see the entire dev commentary my first try.
I was initially not a fan of having split areas for your starting build versus your final build in this final museum area. In the end, I think it was good that we differentiated it to emphasize how you started the journey versus where you ended.
I agree.
One random fact is that we wanted players to enjoy the action and stay out of menus as much as possible. Because of this, most of the UI does not pause the game and is usually very snappy. It turned out to be a great choice since we don't want the game to pause suddenly when another player was adjusting. It turned out to be a great choice since we didn't want the game to pause suddenly when another player was adjusting their build.
Yeah, wouldn't that be neat to test?
We had to dump all the relics together here in a pattern since we had to count for up to 12 being shown at one time, like this.
Yeah. I wanted to add a covering for this section if it was empty, as it's possible to beat the game with no relics. But again, the last-minute rushed nature of this scene meant a lot of stuff didn't make it in.
Well, why couldn't they patch it in a later patch?
Yeah.
I actually have no idea how the loot system or level layout generation works. Because there's a ton of work we split up and individually took responsibility for, there are chunks of the code we each aren't familiar with. It's a miracle the game works at all.
Classic.
This area is dedicated to one of the players in co-op mode. Whoever has the most crowns based on points from each level is featured in the museum, and the other player gets a smaller display here.
Oh, cool.
The whole thing is just hidden with statues if the game was played in single-player mode. I
Interesting.
really like that.
Yeah.
We put ourselves in the game as museum employees to say goodbye in the epilogue. What a bunch of crazy developers.
Ah.
Thank you for checking out the dev commentary. Hopefully you enjoyed this small walk down memory lane with us.
We're just here to say thanks for playing the game. Development was a pretty fun adventure, and even we were surprised at how much changed over the years. Hope you had a blast. Cheers! We're not sure where Wizard of Legend... I almost said Lizard of Legend! That's okay, that means we have to lizard up. What's our lizards?
I've got the Lizard of Bowie or Bowie or...
Bowie.
Bowie.
The
You've
Lizard
got
of
the Lizard of
Secrets.
Secrets. And I got a parting refund.
Nice. We're not sure where Wizard of Legend will go after we finish working on it. Hopefully we'll have more wizardy adventures. The last part of
Decker got the
development.
Lizard of Steam.
Ooh, nice. Hello, Slurpee. You're here just in time for the epilogue of my second win in a row tonight, which is crazy.
Which is your first 2 wins, period.
Yes. The last part of development was Super Crunch mode and involved 7-day work weeks for 6 months straight. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The last month in particular was all 16-hour days, so this NPC commenting on being tired is pretty much just us.
I think Winterbit plans to highlight the 2 wins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're not gonna miss too much in that sense. Also,
I
you're at the
should
fair.
also point out there is a slight loud noise warning on right at the moment of both victories.
Right.
Thanks to yours truly. I managed to hold in the swears at least.
Yeah, once again, you did great, and I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
Also, you were at the fair. How did that go? What'd you do? What'd you check out? And all that jazz. These are indeed the bosses from the Trials in Disguise. Many people probably missed them completely. I wanted them to make an appearance here as a melancholy see you again message to the player. Either that, or this is your final warning. Stay out of our business. Oh, yours.
This NPC's dialogue about the ventilation system is a reference to Shu. The kids on each side were placed early on as a lightning update teaser. Just from the NPCs, many players figured out the next boss would be twins.
Nice. And that's it. Wow. We did the thing.
Yeah.
You and your girlfriend went and got a Gengar embroidery, and a card game, hung out, had some fun. Dang! That's cool! Sounds like a very nice time was had. Alright, now moment of truth. Does it still say... It does still say 48.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I died 47 times, and then got a clear, and then got another clear.
Yeah.
So my next one is
Also-
attempt number 50.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Also, open your language options
Well,
and
hang
go
on.
back to English. Rather, no.
Yeah, I...
Loadouts were a hugely requested feature that we just couldn't get to. Oh yeah, we haven't talked to these folks outside of the opening cutscene.
Right.
Loadouts were a hugely requested feature that we just couldn't get to because we had so many Arcana and Relics lined up.
Just wanted to save this build for posterity.
Fair. Although it's the same exact as below, except you accidentally changed the robe and... Yeah, well,
That. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
But you were saying language, or should we
well,
just...
first we should talk to the NPCs.
Right.
Talk to the jukebox last, by the way. We
Okay.
added the... Yeah, we did that one.
Yeah, we did.
It's probably obvious, but Ward's name is just a shortened version of Wardrobe.
Oh, it is fully out, Slurpee. It's been fully out for, what,
Yeah,
a couple
this-
years?
This game is completed. It will not be receiving further updates as far as I know.
Still my fastest. Both of my clears had the sanguine attire, though.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Yeah. Tommy's personality was originally more similar to Mimi's, but we changed it as we wanted them to be all to have distinct personalities.
You read that correctly. It was not written correctly.
Right. But yeah, this is developer commentary mode, Slurpee, so that's why we're getting, like, you know, developer commentary.
Yeah, you can enable developer commentary by changing the in-game language, which
Yeah.
is really cool. I love that they used the localization system for that.
Me too. But you know what's funny is that I originally voiced Tomy and Mimi very similarly, to the point where even now I barely distinguish them. Like, I give Tomy a little bit of an echolo voice from Puyo Puyo Tetris. And Mimi is just, hi, that kind of thing. Speaking of,
The most icons I was able to churn out in a day was 34 during the pre-launch madness.
dang. I started with the
kind of
Token of Doom
yeah.
still. Yeah,
And
and
now the jukebox, the
yeah.
last thing added to the game.
these new tracks really carry the bittersweet feeling of a new beautiful ending. Play the Piano Collections album? Did I?
I mean, you did win with the jazz album.
True.
It was a shame that many players might have missed these awesome albums, and we wanted a way to share them. We tried various NPC ideas like a record player and keyboard playing corgi, but this version felt right.
Oh, you mean the corgi didn't feel right? What's wrong with you?
Some of the tracks might be a bit melancholy for the fast action, but we feel each one brings a fresh take on the classic version.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the game as much as we did making it, and thank you as always.
I feel like the jazz version helped me with Crush Colossus in particular. On that final note, thank you for being part of something beautiful. Wow. So there it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Gosh.